Squirrels! So hello, and welcome to another Legends of Runeterra video. My name is Chris, and today we are playing Massive Ninjas. What is that? Well, it's a deck based around Starlit Seer, one of my favorite cards in the entire game, and we are combining Starlit Seer with big old Lee Sin. Those of you, I'm sure, by this point are mostly aware that when you level up Lee Sin and he Dragon's Rage, whatever his attack is what he will deal to the opponent's Nexus. So if we can get a massive Lee Sin with, something like 10 attack or something, ridiculous, then we can potentially just absolutely decimate them with a massive kick to the face of 10 damage. Now, what's good about this is that we can also combine Starlit Seer with a bunch of other very, very useful, options to put the buffs on. Things like elusives, and I know, elusives, yes, I know, it's elusive, everyone hates them, I understand. But, it's pretty effective, and anytime you get a buffed up elusive on the board, your opponent probably starts panicking, because it is very difficult to deal with them, and I think elusives, as long as this game is around and they print good elusives will be good. You think about Heimerdinger, it's really an elusive deck, that's how it wins most of the time, and it probably will continue to be that way. And so let's run through some of the things we are running. Well, obviously we are running a lot of combat tricks, stuff like Elixir of Iron, Twin Disciplines, Fury of the North, which will help us obviously keep our Starlit Seer alive, but also our buffed up units as well potentially, or something like Fury of the North can obviously go in for a massive swing and win us the game on the spot. So we've got that potential there to use our combat tricks. We are combining it, of course, with a bunch of other spells like Key Guardian, Retreat, Shared Spoils. Obviously we are a pretty heavy spell deck in general because we're playing Starlit Seer and Lee Sin, obviously. We've got some tools that allow us to stay alive, as that might be important. Concussive Palm, Will of Ionia, and then a couple others like Deep Meditation and Deny, just as one-offs. Deep Meditation, I mean, we don't benefit anything from it being a 3-cost like a Heimerdinger deck, so it is just a one-off, because I think we'll sometimes play 2 spells, and sometimes we'll be stuck with a hand where we want the extra draw, of course, but a lot of the time we will have better options perhaps as well. So that's kind of the core of the deck, and obviously we buff it up with our elusives. I was running 3 Solitary Monks, but then because of the way Starlit Seer works and you kind of want to play them on 2, I thought let's go down to 2 Solitary Monks. It is a very good target to play down on turn 3. I'm still unsure, I'm still testing it out though, whether I want Solitary Monk or maybe Green Glade Duo instead. I go for 1 and 2 now. That could easily change to 3 and 0, 2 and 1 the other way around. It's kind of, I'm kind of up in the air about it at the moment. Shadow Assassin, however, is obviously a very good tool for this deck, and it's just pretty solid in general, as is Kinku Lifeblade, of course. With the extra life gain, he will allow us to stay alive, obviously, and be a big threat at the same time, particularly if he gets buffed up. That's kind of the whole reason you play this card, and Starlit Seer can be a pretty good way of doing that. Now, why have you not seen this deck be tier 1? Well, of course, it is a little unreliable if you don't get a Starlit Seer, and that's kind of why I've gone for Solitary Monk as a very strong turn 3 play, if you don't get the Starlit Seer. So it can be a little unreliable at times, perhaps. Also, I mean, you might have noticed, those of you who are attuned to deck building, this is quite a greedy list. You see, apart from Concussive Palm and maybe Will of Ionia, we aren't running too many defensive tools, and it's not often that you want to block with your Starlit Seer or elusives. So it can be a little bit greedy, I won't lie, but that's because I'm not seeing much aggro, and if you were seeing a lot of aggro, I would say, put in stuff like Brittle Steel, probably run more Green Glade Duos, maybe even run Eye of the Dragon as well. But as we are, I'm not seeing much aggro, which of course will mean that I now will play non-stop aggro and lose every game. But if you are, then just make some changes to make your curve a little lower and maybe a bit more defensive. But with that said, let's get into some games and enjoy these massive ninjas. Okay, Sejuani Misfortune is our first game up. Could be an interesting one. I kind of like the Concussive Palm. Don't mind the duo, but we perhaps are looking for a Starlit Seer more early on. Which we did not find, unfortunately. Shed Spores can be pretty good in this deck, because obviously with the elusives it's oftentimes that we are hitting face pretty early on. Plays a Ruthless Raider. Obviously there's not much we can do. We would like to see a unit come out here. Maybe shouldn't have got rid of that Green Glade duo. We get a Shadow Assassin, that's pretty good. And that's because we want to use Concussive Palm, of course, on their turn. That's the Seer. Hired Gun, not ideal. But we can still get in this attack. I probably am going to wait to use the Shed Spores when I've got the Starlit Seer. And next turn we almost certainly will be going for Concussive Palm on something. He might open attack here. But we shall see. Could be on what? A few things. Yodel Grifter comes to mind as a popular option on 4. Island Navigator. Interesting. Interesting. I think let's play the Seer now, so we get the buff from the Concussive Palm. You can of course go in for something like so. Do I care about this? Let's Concussive Palm you now. That will stop its second attack, of course, as well. Give us a nice blocker as well for potentially this Ruthless Raider. And we're pretty happy where we are. The Winter's Claw. So we've got a choice here. This has vulnerable, so I'm kind of more reluctant to keep you alive. And we can actually stop any plunder happening here if we do this. I think that's a slightly better play for that reason. Unless he goes for Make It Rain, he hits it, which is unfortunate. And he kind of hit pretty well there for him. Because he also hit the Nexus. So now we of course are without our crucial allies. We can probably go for Deep Meditation this turn, as that's probably the best use we're going to get out of it. And whatever is on the top is going to get a big old buff. And then at some point we can go in for Lee Sin. This obviously isn't ideal, but it's not terrible either. We've got Will of Ionias here. Okay, it's a massive Lee Sin. That's kind of what we are in the business of. Now I have to ask the question, do I care about this? I'm going to say that my Starlit has... I could make him live a bit longer, but is that worth it? I'm going to say it's probably not. I'm just going to play my big Lee Sin. She has very few ways of dealing with it, I think. Unless he goes for a big Sejuani now, which obviously wouldn't be ideal either. The Petty Officer with a Keg. I'm kind of happy to see the Keg rather than the 1-drop. And he passes. That is... whoa. That has to be incorrect, right? Surely. Surely that's incorrect. So what can we do now? We can... probably go in for King Fu Lifeblade. See what he wants to do. Goes from Make It Rain. Which is fine. We can just increase the health of our King Fu Lifeblade. Give you Challenger. Kill something next turn. Okay. Let's kill probably you. Get rid of the scout. Get some health back. There's a butcher. Shed spoils. Yeah, nice Kingsley life blade there as well. Lee Sin close to leveling up.
There's blood in the water.
It's interesting. And the Will of Ionia. Try and keep all these in alive as long as we can.
I will not hold back.
Pass now. Obviously we can give this barrier now at any point. And then it's just an Omen Hawk. It's fine. Next turn I can hit him for what, 12?
Stand in my way.
So he comes in, goes for the Omen Hawk hit. We fine with that? Probably so. He might Fury the North here. Obviously we've got tricks to deal with that. I kind of hope he does go in for Fury the North, because then I can just Will of Ionia the Butcher. Give this barrier. He'll level up and it should be pretty fine for us from there. Come on, do it. He's not a fool. So we will just take the damage probably. There, Kinku Lifeblade. Yeah, Hunter. And now we can get a pretty powerful attack. So you just need one more spell. The Dragon's Rage, that gives us 4 mana left. So we can increase your attack to 9. Kill you. Dragon's Rage potentially, if you can't deal with it. And win the game.
I'll see this through.
So he'll level up now. Be sure he doesn't have a way of dealing with that. The only way I can think he can deal with this is if he plays. Oh yeah, he goes up to 10. So we could just get him with the elusive here as well.
To enter your spirit.
It's kind of, what do I want to do here? Do I think he has an answer for this? Probably not, right? Does he have an answer for this? I can't think of one, so I'll do it on Lee Sin though. As it's probably more likely he can kill this, perhaps. So I'd rather commit to the 13 damage. But I can't think of too many ways unless he's running Frostbites or something like that. Fury of the North, that does nothing, of course. Second Fury of the North. Still doesn't do anything. Yeah, he's dead. Oh dear. It's a good thing we put it on Lee Sin. Okay, Vladimir. We are running 3 of Will of Ionia, which is, you know, pretty good against him. Concussive Palm, kind of like. Lee Sin we can probably drop. And we'll drop the 2 combat tricks because, of course, we don't have any units to combat trick at the moment. Of course, we won't be The good thing we've got here is elusives obviously can deal damage to him without having to damage his units. And with retreat return as well, we should be able to ignore some of his problems. Fortunately, we don't have an attack until this turn. We will obviously open with Monk before going Shadow Assassin. And we might be in a bit of a race this game, so I'm kind of glad we've drawn some of our more aggressive earlier units. That's somewhat fine as well. Don't really hate that. He won't have many ways of dealing with elusives, so we'll probably go in Shadow Assassin just to draw first here, although, you know, it is a slightly worse play, I suppose you could argue. We've still got the Combat Trick and Elixir of Iron for something like Noxian Fervor if you did want to go in for that. Blood for Blood. Okay, that's not a card you see every day. It certainly is pretty effective against our deck, as we don't have too many ways of dealing with it. Going for a big 6 damage. Probably play the second one, you'd imagine.
I like your style. I like your face.
And we'll Shed Spoils now. I don't see a reason why not. Get a 3/3 Shadow Assassin. Very good, very good. This turn we probably will be looking to play one of our Concussive Palms, which will give us, you know, some mana back. So he's probably looking at Transfusion. So Transfusion on from this one onto here gives that 4 attack. We can always Elixir of Iron to keep it alive, unless he's on the double Transfusion play or Fury of the North. So it's kind of, what do we want? And I think in fact, no, what I'm going to do is block you here, I think, instead. And that's because we can retreat return this if he does go for something bigger now. Because the block is locked in now, and you know, if you did this at burst speed, the attack still goes through, but if you don't, then you get the advantage of having you know, the ghost block, if you will. And with retreat return, you know, it's a pretty nice little play. So it just goes a Fury on you. It leaves me on 8. I guess I'm okay with that. I'll just play the other Shadow Assassin. Deny could be pretty useful here. Noxian Fervor. No, Culling Strike. Okay. Fervor would have obviously been pretty nuts there, because this wouldn't have lost any health. That would have been a pretty nice play for him. Leslie Sin. Unfortunately, you know, we couldn't play any spells if we did play him this turn. So I think we have to go Lifeblade because we have to obviously try and survive. Just to take heart. But we can still go in for you. Bring him down to 8. So essentially it's, can we survive this turn? That's pretty much all we need to do. And with the stun, again we will be using the Concussive Palm. We do need to block you here. But with the Concussive Palm, deny backup, we should be okay. There's no way he can deny this or undo this. Yeah, he can go for that, but that's fine. Because essentially I just need to not die this turn. So otherwise we should be okay. Just win on the spot. Unless he's got a lot of blood for bloods, I could deny this. Do I deny that? I've still got Elixir of Iron. I think I do. I think. If it knocks him further, we've still got Elixir of Iron. That's fine. That's not doing anything, of course. Just goes face with it. Ah, well, isn't it good that we did that? Stop the blood for blood. So unless he's got another one, then we should be okay. So there's Shadow Assassin. I mean, does it matter? We're just gonna go for Fury of the North no matter what, right? Just gonna commit this and hope and pray. No second Noxian further. Or no double transfusion. Or, you know, no whatever. This stops, what? Blood for blood killing us? There's one transfusion. Is it the second one? No way. Ravenous Flock. He's gonna kill us. Wow. Well, there's not much we can do. He top deck the answer. Ephemerals, it looks like. A Z build, so maybe a bit more aggressive. We get the Starlit Seer. Fury of the North probably isn't the most useful. Neither is Shed Spoils, I think, because obviously we don't have the Elusive in hand to deal the damage for Shed Spoils. Hello, my friend. Oh, we picked one up anyway. Dark Beast. Spooky. Spooky, spooky. Kind of really want an Elixir of Iron here. That would be more of my ideal. Hapless. Easily, obviously. Won't attack. Pick up a Lee Sin. Very happy to just get one there. Very, very, very happy. That's like an ideal. Just a glimpse. Okay. Probably playing Mark of the Isles, maybe, perhaps as well. So we have to keep this kind of stuff in mind. I think what we're going to do is just go in for Kenku Lifeblade here. He could be on some like Scourge Deathmark play, perhaps. We've got the retreat for that though.
I go unseen.
So yeah, we'll just attack with you. I'll let him just burn the mana. I understand we could go for Shed Spores, but I don't think it's really worth it at this point. We got the... I mean, again, do I care about taking just 3? Probably not. Now we can just go in for Shadow Assassin, draw some more cards. There's an Elixir of Iron. That's pretty good as well. Okay, Neverglade. Well, I'm not really going to kill your stuff, so... Don't have any on Lee Sin yet. Let's Key Guardian first. Let's just take a look at what we get. Shadow Assassin. Do we want to play another Shadow Assassin? Probably. Right? Probably. Another Retreat Return. Probably be Hecarim yet. Or we can just obviously Will of Ionia that at the start of this round. Bring him down, you know, somewhat low. Will of Ionia.
An auspicious season.
Buff up our deck. Whoever's on top is getting a nice little dose. Hecarim comes out again. He attacks with this. Ooh.
I sense fear.
So I think I'm gonna do that. Big Fury of the North.
Winter.
And honestly,
Let's not ruffle our feathers.
he's probably playing Val Feast. Well, what's he on? What am I going down to? 10? 10. 10's a bit lower than I would like to go down. So, yeah. I think these have kind of got a lot of their value at this point. So it is just a twin. A twin to keep it alive. Which is somewhat fine because my thing still lives as well. Like that.
What's that noise?
Just a hapless is also fine. 6/6 8/8 Shadow Assassin. Ah, fine. I'll play it. Fine, yes, fine. I'll Fury of the North, the 8/8 Shadow Assassin. Fine. I mean, he could have Will of Ionia. That's kind of his one out, I think. This is lethal already, right? Yeah. So that's exact lethal. Without Will of Ionia on this, though, he's somewhat screwed. Could be what? Okay, so he does have it. He does have exactly that. So what I'm going to do then is... I might as well use the retreat now.
Blessed by snow and stars.
Get the old life back up. Can obviously just return you.
Order rewards its faithful.
Get our own Will of Ionia.
Ah, an auspicious season.
Which... we'll probably use the next turn at some point. But now we'll go for the shared spoils, why not? We get a massive Starlit Seer. It's interesting. Do we play this? It kind of ruins his Hecarim attack, right? I might actually just play this. Yeah, I'll just get rid of another Starlit Seer and just say, you know what? Come at me. Come at me, bro. I'll block your Hecarim. I'll stun it. I might recall you. I probably will recall you, because you're what's winning in this game.
The boo's talking.
I don't really care about this. Obviously we'll block there. We'll probably block you as well. Brings me down to 5. I mean, we'll probably Will of Ionia you. Should be okay here. Deny. He's gonna will my Starlit Seer. Do I care about that? It does give him the overwhelm. Puts me down on 5. And then I have lethal. I can concussive palm you. Does it matter? Can he deal 5? I don't think he can deal 5 straight up. Just don't.
An auspicious season.
Like, we've got lethal on this board right now. So unless he shows me something, I'm gonna take my lethal. Unless you know, grasp, whale, which, you know, right now we've got answers for. This I'm not worried about. 2 mana. He still could have Val Feast, which obviously I don't want. But then again, you could, you know, also just kill this. So yeah, sure, let's go Legion.
As the dragon will.
He's dealing damage to him as well, right? He's dealing 4 to him, so...
Extend your senses.
Oh, I gave him barrier. Completely forgot.
Sure is
Just plays an Oblivious Islander. Obviously we're in on the open attack. Probably just Elixir of Iron against you or something, like, you know, I'll do something that is inconsequential completely. Plays a Soul Shepherd. Is this sort of an admission of a defeat? He's trying to gain the life. Ah, okay. That makes some sense, but I don't think it's gonna make too much of a difference. So yeah, we'll just go for that. We'll attack with all these first, and then I am actually gonna kill you. I think you're still the bigger threat. It's essentially, can he kill 4 things? But then we've got Will of Ionia in case we need it as well. Show me what you got. Is this an admission of defeat? I think it is. Well played, my friend. And yeah, we get in for another big win, and you see Elusive's just good. Just pretty good.
Ionia endures.
So yeah, that's the deck, and I think you saw that it's pretty fun actually. I know it's elusives, but it's kind of a more fun way of playing elusives. You know, it's not a net deck version, although I suppose it is mine. So if you played it, you would sort of be net decking it. So maybe come up with your own ideas. How about that? But with Lee Sin in there as well, and I think Starlit Seer is just Starlit Seer is one of those cards when it's on the board as an opponent, you just are like, oh my god, I'm losing this game the longer this goes on. And it's very powerful, and it's just quite a lot of fun, and you see how it has that massive 1-turn kill potential combo with Lee Sin. That first game was insane. Yeah, so I've been Chris, thank you for watching, have a really nice day.